Hey, welcome back to another trig video. So we're working here with trig identities, and I'll be showing you guys how to solve this problem. This problem is rather simple, rather easy. It has a couple of steps. Obviously you want to look at the side that you can play with, but the first thing that I like to do in a problem like this is usually I like to draw a wall on my equal sign. Therefore, I don't have this side confused with this side. Therefore, I'm not willing to subtract something or move something around that I don't necessarily need to do, because you need to make these sides equal each other, basically. So the first thing that I like to do on a problem like this is what can I instantly change? And the first thing that pops to head is this tangent. So this tangent, I can change it into a sine x divided by a cosine x. And then I'll just bring everything down. Sine x. And like I said, I'm not gonna be touching this side because this is the side I'm not gonna work with. So in this case, I'm not working with this side. I'm gonna make this equal to this. So I'm just gonna leave this alone. So the next thing I wanna do is I wanna collect or multiply or collect terms that I possibly can. In this case, I'll be multiplying the signs together. So it'll be sine squared of x divided by cos of x plus cos of x. So now this is the part where it becomes really tricky. This is the part where oh, I want to multiply something or I want to move something around, and because of this wall that I have here, that I know for a fact that I cannot do that. So that's kind of the idea of this wall here, that I won't necessarily move anything around. So in this case, I'll think of something. So what else can I do? The only thing that comes up to my head is this sine square. I can change this sine square to something else. And if we look at our trig identities from the previous video, we had sine squared plus cosine squared equals to 1. So if we set this equal to sine squared, we know that 1 minus cosine equals to sine squared. So we'll be changing that. And so from here, we're going to be changing this into 1 minus cosine square x divided by cosine of x. See that? So now right here in this part, it becomes a little more tricky. So well, we just made something simple to something more complicated. Not necessarily. So we start splitting, we can split this up. So we can do 1 divided by cosine of x minus cos square of x divided by cos of x plus cos of x. So now that becomes a little more easier to work with. So let me move this up a little bit. Let me flip this around real quick. All right. So if we work with this this cosine, we know that we can simplify this, and this becomes minus cos of x plus cos of x. And we have here, we just bring this down, 1 minus cos of x. And now we can see that these two, well, for our x here, cancel out. They strictly just cancel out, right? So in this case, so we're gonna draw our line here back longer. So we're left in this case with 1 over cos of x equals to secant of x. And if we do know some of our trig, a little bit of our trig, we know that this equals to secant of x. And boom, they equal each other. And that's it, you're done. That's basically how you just mess around with this.